Yes, I finally mastered apparating. I think you know what time it is. I remember back when I saw the first film of the series almost 10 years ago. I was only 11. Memories. But I can reminisce later. Now it's time for the review. No doubt the majority of you who saw this film are already well-established fans of the series, or have seen all the previous ones, or at least know something about all of this, so I really don't need to go into detail about the story, and I feel that if I did, I would automatically be spoiling things for you, so I'm not going to go into that. Instead, I'm going to get right on to the pros and the cons. Pros. First is something that I think is very important to a lot of the fans, the accuracy to the book. It's fabulous! They managed to include every major plot point and most minor plot points. At least 90% of everything that was in the book ended up being in the film. There are a couple of very minor scenes that didn't make it in, but they really don't affect the plot at all. As a matter of fact, I feel that a few of the scenes in the film were actually handled better than they were in the book. I mean, some of them in the book seemed a little quick and anticlimactic, whereas in the film they're more drawn out, but to a much more dramatic extent. And what with this being the last film in the series, you would really expect a lot of drama. So I feel that I really got a lot out of them, and some of the scenes that I felt went a little too quickly in the book were definitely done justice in the film. So it kind of improved upon some of the flaws of the book. Then there are the 2 or 3 new scenes which weren't in the book. Man, am I glad for those additions. They are powerful, emotional, they leave a great impact. Not least of all the final confrontation, which is definitely played up more dramatically than it was in the book. But again, not going to spoil anything. Pro number 2, the performances. Nearly everyone is perfect as their characters in this one. They brought back so many characters, both major and minor, and wow, they did a great job. They actually added one new character who was in the book. He's definitely significant. Doesn't have a huge role, but I think you'll enjoy his performance as well. But one of the actors who I definitely need to give so much credit to, he's changed so much over the course of the series, is Matthew Lewis as Neville Longbottom. Holy crap! To think he went from being this clumsy little awkward boy in the first film to being this absolute heroic fighter that he is in this final film is just unbelievable. And he does it so well. I had so much fun watching him in this one because he really deserved it, especially with all the crap he had to take in the previous films. Granted, as the series went on, he became more and more of a valuable asset. One more actor I definitely need to give credit to, Alan Rickman as Professor Severus Snape. He gets emotional, conflicted, and even sympathetic, if you can actually believe that. But without lingering on him for too long, I just have to say bravo to the entire cast. They all did such a great job, and a lot of people in the audience were clapping. And I don't just mean at the end credits. As for my third pro, which also I feel plays heavily into this film, the effects. Wow. What more can I say? I mean, sure, the majority of them were all computer generated, but they blend in so well with all the scenery and definitely just mesh with the real life stuff. It's just that good. They did work in some practical stuff like makeup, explosions, and all that, so it really balances out pretty well. Also, I managed to see this in IMAX 3D. Ooh. Granted, it was a post-production conversion, and it was not filmed in 3D. I still feel it works very well. It really brings the picture to life, and you can see the layers. It doesn't overdo it, it doesn't throw things at you, but I just feel it's great for adding the depth to the picture. The only minor problem I had with them was some questionable makeup in the ending scene. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it could have been done better. Regardless, this review is not going to contain a cons section. Why? Because there was really hardly anything I didn't like about this film. I just feel that anything I could come up with would just be really nitpicky. Oh sure, here are some motives you could call into question. I snuck in through a secret portrait. I'm just blending into the crowd, got my robe on, and now I'm just gonna walk out in public and call you out. Yeah, why does that work? Because the other students trust me. Confused? Don't be, because it'll all be explained when you see the film, which I highly recommend. Final details, the film is rated PG-13, so the younger audiences, you may want to question bringing them because it does get pretty intense. But if they're fans of all the other ones, hey, go for it. And it comes in at a runtime of 2 hours, 10 minutes. Shortest film in the series, but that's forgivable because it's actually based on less than half the last book. And trust me, after the first 15 minutes or so, it's quite a ride. And so, you can call me biased all you want, but I am finally giving a film a near perfect 10 out of 10. Epic. Sure, I'm a Harry Potter fanboy, but the numbers don't lie. It had the highest grossing opening weekend in film history, and it's the highest rated Potter film to date. So if there are any haters out there who wish to attack me, I must say, see you later.